Hi everyone. So I have this little setup for the summer, which is a palette case from IntelliGel, as well as a Digitakt I recently got. Mainly got it for live shows, but it's small and very useful when you're away from the studio. So let's take a tour of this small modular first. I have Pamela's new workout, which is clocking my modular. Pamela's new workout is clocked by Ableton via just a modular pulse. My Fireface interface is also sending MIDI to Digitakt. I could use this, which would be more simple and useful to link the two, but unfortunately I don't have any space left in my case, so this works. It's in sync anyway. That's how I do it in my studio usually. So Pamela's new workout is sending clock to my small steppy sequencer, which is really useful for clocking stuff around. I have the nice red panel model 158, which is the main sound source here. It's basically just a one voice case. Function, trusty old function. LXD, same, always nice, and they make a nice pairing, these two. I've put Tirana inside, which is useful as a utility sequencer. It can do 10 volts, so it can really push the 158 or the dual 4-pole. And dual 4-pole, it's huge. It doesn't really fit in a case like this. Actually, I have a very, very small filter here too, but I don't know. The whole story is I've put this one for sale because I don't use it that much, but I wanted to try it again, and now I fell in love with it again, so probably won't be for sale for long. Anyway, it's huge. It's 21 HP. I have a 1 HP hole in there, but it's a nice filter, very useful, and for some reason I've been wanting to focus on very filtery sounds, so it's perfect. A few bits and bobs, headphones out, not using it here. Very useful duet, attenuator or offset, and this little FSR, which is pressure sensitive stuff. So Digitakt, mostly using it for drums, but I'm taking the opportunity of the new firmware. I'm not really using the interface here, just using it to record the Digitakt in stereo, not using Overbridge. And so the modular is going straight into the Digitakt. I'm using just one input, and then the Digitakt turns whatever you send it to in stereo with the delay and reverb, so I can sample stuff. The idea of this video is just to show how you can build a little track with just some drums from the Digitakt and sample the modular one line after another. So what do we have? On the Digitakt, I have a kick on the snare channel for some reason. I have some toms in the background. I like the interaction of the two. I have some hats. They all have some, except the kick of course, but they all have some kind of modulation internally. And a basic hat. All these samples are samples from the Alphabase I've chopped and put inside the Digitakt, and basically erased everything from the Digitakt. And I've put my own samples in it now that I have quite a few. It takes a few days to slice everything and have everything fit in there, but I was preparing a live set, so it was worth it, and I think it's a nice machine. It sounds good. So what do we have on the modular then? I plug this directly into the Digitakt. So this little bassline, it's a bit convoluted actually, because the 158, if you've watched the demo, there's a switch, and if you want to apply external modulation to it, you have to flick the switch up, and then these knobs are disabled. So I have to take the output from my Tirana sequencer, put it into the duat, bring it back into the frequency modulation input, and also offset the frequency modulation input to have this knob be in audible range. So basically it ties up the whole duat, and I could use a quadrat here because 2 is a bit not enough. I have to find a workaround because the second oscillator is stuck into LFO position. So Pamela's new workout is quite versatile, and I'm using just one channel to have a static offset and just offset the second or the first oscillator to FM the other. So it's not ideal, but it works in a small system like that. You try to find solutions. So to make an offset on Pamela's new workout, just take any channel you want, put it to gate, and just choose your offset from 0 to 100. I think I've chosen 100, and then I've scaled it with the knob here. This is going straight into the LXD. Function is triggered by Steppy, and I'm not using the gate of Tirana just for pitch. So the pitch and the gates are not synchronized, or they are synchronized, but they're not exactly the same every time. And so this is sending gates to function. Function is opening LXD in the CV channel, and this is going straight into the dual 4-pole, not really using the high pass side, but I'm using the low pass side, and it gives a big impact on sound. So let's bring it back. It really acts as sort of LPG as well. It loses a lot of low frequency with the resonance, but if you know, it doesn't matter. There's a slew as well. Actually, sometimes it helps having it fit together with the kick and bass, so I'm fine with it. And I think these, like LXD, this one and this one, really go well together. They're same philosophy, 60s design. So, I've applied some delay and reverb from the Digitakt. That's really dry. I like it for some reverb and delay. Not that much. So let's bring the kick. And the bass. It's in the background, but it's fine. And so I've used the second channel of Steppy B, and I'm taking that and sending it into the strike input of the LXD, which creates a sort of sub-sequence because I'm also using the function to open my dual 4-pole. So every time function triggers the LXD, it's also opening the filter of the dual 4-pole. But when I'm triggering the LXD, it's not opening the dual 4-pole, so it's going to create sort of a sub-sequence. It makes a sort of bass line. Bring some hats. And so, what do we do now? We sample this into the Digitakt. I've already done it, so it's on my channel 3. I'll bring it. I've just deleted this. Now, I think I've applied some filtering with the LFO to add some more movement, because this is static, it's a sample, so I like to try to bring some more modulation. Oh, and since I've recorded the full 33 seconds of the Digitakt available sampling time, I have only put just one trigger and 64 steps. I'm using the 4 pages, but still it's not enough, so I've put a condition on that trigger to just be active once every 4 time, I think. So it doesn't run the entire length of the sample, but it runs enough to play a few of the differences, because the sample will never be as full of life as just a loop from the modular. That's why I love the modular. But at least you can try to play the longest you can and just add a little bit of modulation on top, and you're close enough. Okay, so I've unpatched everything. Let's try to make a second sound that works with what we have already on the Digitakt. Maybe something in a higher register. So maybe this time I won't bother with the Tirana pitching stuff to the dual sign sawtooth generator. Probably just gonna use it on its own. So that's just a sine wave from that oscillator, and then FM. So this is 16 steps, but you can do less. I've melted my function so I can use it here. What we can also do though with the Tirana is use it to modulate stuff. You can also do some cross modulation. Sounds like a cat. something that's fun to do with the FSR is just put it in the decay function to have some kind of accents. We can also do strikes. Does it have any effects at all? Doesn't seem so. Too much reverb. I like that sound, so we can record it. Let's record the full 30 seconds again. Even though there's not much modulation going. Okay, let's unplug it. Save. I'll give it a name. It's gonna take 3 hours. I'm a bit new to samplers, but one thing I've realized is having the BPM in the name of the sample is quite useful. So, track 4. Let's put the envelope to infinity. Four steps. And do 1/4 and add the reverb because it's not there. Here it is on the Digitakt. You can try and play with the filter, see if it works. I love this kind of sound when you feel like they are stuck somewhere and can't get out, or they're trying to, but filters do that. Let's do some LFO. I think we have a cool little techno loop. Maybe we can try and make some bleepy percussion on top of that. But I think that would be enough afterwards. So let's use that patch again, but tweak some stuff. Let's go back to the external mixer menu. Nothing too scientific, as you can see. Taking this out for now. With a lot of cross modulation, it's mostly noise. hear the slew? It's amazing. No delay on that. Well, let's try it with the other side of the LXD. Sometimes it's different in a good way. Like here. This one doesn't resonate. Just screams. I'm not sure. Maybe less. Maybe more. Borderline annoying. Yeah, honestly not sure about this Aimless Noodling, but you get the idea. It's always fun though. Well, you get the point. This is a fun system. It's just a small palette case. Of course, you could put a smaller module than that to fit more stuff in it, like the MMF, the DPLR, which is a nice delay as well. But there's a delay in the Digitakt, which is pretty good, and a monotone synth with some modulation and stuff. It's fun to tweak, really. It's plenty to feed the Digitakt and make some sort of a track. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you next time.